Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Ro, and today I am going to be sharing with you a tutorial of how I made that Cupid's bag that I already posted over on my Instagram. First up, we are going to need two pieces of 1x8s. So those are the two 1x8s, and then you will put that to the side. You will use that later. And then you will also need a piece of 9x9. And the 9x9, you are going to score, I did not show it here, but you are going to score 0.5 at 0.5 on each corner, all the two corners. So right here, we are going to score first at 0.5, which I am, again, did not show. And then next is 1.5. And then after that, you are also going to score at 2.5. And the last score, which I did not show here, is the 8.5. So again, you are going to score at 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, and 8.5. This part right here is optional. So if you do not, this is for the window part. If you do not want to put a window on your bag, all you need to do is do the 0.5 score marks on each side, which it is going to be the 0.5 and the 8.5. Again, that is if you do not want to make the window. Next, we switch this to the side, and we are going to score at 1.5 and 7.5. Here, I'm quickly tracing the score marks that we did. That's the 0.5, the 1.5, and the 2.5. And then I am also going to trace the 1.5 and the 7.5 score marks. Again, this is optional. This is for the window part. If you aren't doing the window, then you don't need to do this because you do not need to cut out your window. Right here, I'm drawing the box. That is going to be the window that we are cutting out. And then you are going to cut that out, and once you cut that out, we have this one. If you are not doing the window, you skip to this part. So this part is going to be your liner, and that is going to make your project sturdy, because I believe I think myself, like for myself, just one piece of double-sided paper won't be enough to make your project sturdy. So here, this is an 8x7 paper. If you are not doing your window, like I said, you skip to this part, and then you don't need to cut out that window. Next, those two strips from earlier, the 1x8, that is gonna go right there on the top and the bottom. Those are going to be the edges, and you will stick that later. And this part, so you can see I already cut out a window on my liner part, on my liner piece, and I grabbed a piece of acetate. And here you can also see that I already placed and stitched those two strips that I showed earlier. So here is how it looks. What I need to do here is just to sew the liner piece, and now that it's sewn, that's how it looks. The next thing we need to do is to cut out our the back part of our bag. And for that, you are going to need one piece of 4.5 by 9.5. And on the 9.5 side, you are going to score at 0.5. Okay, so as you can see here on the left side, that is the 4.5 by 9.5 piece. I also lined that one with a different paper. And the one that I'm showing you right now, the strips, those are going to be the straps for your bag. And you are going to need two 1x10s. And if you want to line that with a different paper, then that is going to be 0.75 by 9.75. And then you glue that or you sew it, whatever you prefer. And once you're done with that, this is how it looks. Right there. Next thing we need to do is to attach those straps. So we are going to line that on our piece, the back piece of our bag. And the first thing I am going to do is just attach the bottom. I am not going to attach the top part yet because to put the two pieces of the bag together, I would like to have a flat surface, and it'll be easier for me if I don't finish putting on the straps of the bag. So right here, we are going to connect those two pieces together and we are going to glue it. Again, if you are following this tutorial, just to make sure that you are putting the right part. So the one that already has an eyelet, the one that's already, the straps that are like on the piece, that's the bottom part. And you will need to do that first before the top part because we are going to cover the bottom part of our bag. And you won't be able to put the eyelet, I mean, if you do that one later. So here I am gonna add the arrows to my bag. This is optional if you want, but if you are including this, you have to make sure that you put this first before you finish putting the bag together. And I'm doing that because I sewed those two arrow like tops or arrow tails, because I sewed them. But if you're gluing them, I'm pretty sure you can do it later once you have the bag already like put together. Now we are going to glue the other side of this bag onto the back part. And then once you sewed it, we now have something that looks like this. I found it easier to make a bag that's not like full circle. That's why the back is flat. Originally it was supposed to be like full circle, but this one was easier to make, so I did it this way. Up next, we are going to make the bottom of our bag, and to do that, I cannot tell you the correct dimensions for this, because what I did is I just traced the bottom of the bag that we already have made, like so far. I just traced that onto a piece of cardstock that I'm going to use. And then once you have it, you are going to cut that out. Cut into shape. And you are also going to need another piece of paper. But first, let's cut this out. And once you're done with that, you glue that onto a bigger piece of paper. And then you also need to cut the other piece of paper. But as you can see here, I am cutting it bigger than the stripe piece because we are going to do our snips on this piece of paper, the bigger piece. This is so we can glue this piece to our bag. We are also going to cut this off because we are not going to need this. And right here you can see that I already sewed it and I already did my snips. So those flaps we are going to glue. We're going to put glue there and we are going to insert it inside the bottom of this bag. And to do that, the first thing I'm doing is I am going to put glue on this flap right here from the bag, and you are going to glue that onto the smaller piece, the bottom of the bottom piece. I always say, like, making 3D projects, you need a lot of patience to do this because gluing is, I think, my least favorite, especially if the 3D project that I'm making is not square. If it's like round, it's the hardest. So there's that. Once you have glued the two pieces together, all that's left to do is glue those flaps inside our bag. Okay guys, now we have placed all our pieces together and we just need to finish our straps right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna glue it and then I will put eyelets to keep them together. And this is how it looks. I am not going to be showing you how I decorate this on cam, but I will insert a video of a short clip of how it looks when after I decorated it. So there you go guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.